Hi, my name is Kelly O'Grady, and I'm going to share 6 of my artifacts that has influenced and shaped my culture today. So the first thing I'm going to share is my claddagh ring. So a claddagh ring is a traditional Irish ring that represents love, loyalty, and friendship. And how it works in my family is that once you graduate 8th grade, going into high school, you receive a claddagh ring from my grandmother. My grandmother recently passed in the past year, so that is also another reason that I carry this ring around, just to remind me of how strong our relationship was. But it really does remind me of my Irish heritage, and also a lot of morals that I hold in life, which include loyalty, love, and friendship. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I decided to put in my bag is my class ring from high school. So this is a ring. I switch off wearing this one and the claddagh ring just because they go on the same finger. So the story behind this is that I was actually allowed to and able and very lucky to attend a private all-girls Catholic high school. And a lot of people think oh my gosh, who would ever want to go to an all-girls private Catholic high school? But I would have to say it was probably one of the best choices and best experiences of my life. My school only had 300 girls, and I knew every single one of them. I still am in contact with most of them, and same with my teachers. At the school, it was very normal to just come to school as who you were. There was no trying to make yourself someone who you aren't with makeup and what you would wear. Everyone wore a uniform, so it really kept social pressures, especially about women's appearances, pretty far down, which was a really great experience for me to have as a teenage girl. It also was a huge help for my confidence. I never knew that I could have so much confidence in my knowledge levels and how smart I actually am and how powerful of a person I can be. And going through to the school really gave me that opportunity to see that I am that powerful woman. We had programs that really impacted and showed us how important it is to remember how important you are and the power you have as a woman, and that it's not always something that should be inferior to men, which I think really has been one of the most empowering and impacting experiences of my life. So that's the class ring. The next thing that I will show is my bracelet, one of my Alex and Ani bracelets. So this bracelet says daughter. I wear this every single day. So not only am I a daughter, and does that remind me of that this reminds me of, but I'm also a sister, and I'm an older sister for 2 younger siblings. So both my sisters and my mom all have a bracelet. My mom's obviously says mom, not daughter. So it keeps me connected with them at all times, which is really nice because I'm very close with my sisters and my mom. And it just reminds me of everything that I've learned as being a daughter and being a sister. Being the oldest, I'm very protective over my siblings, which I think is a very good quality of myself, but I also know that sometimes I have to remember that you have to let people do things on their own, and it's definitely affected me and my culture overall. I was also able to take on, and I'm thankful I was able to take on the responsibilities that I was, because I think it's really helped me mature, just as watching them and looking out for them as they went through school, and cleaning and cooking and other tasks. And I feel that's very reflective, especially of our culture. I know it's changing a lot in the US and stuff, but overall in the world, it's very normal for women to be doing the cooking and cleaning, and that is a part of my life, and I appreciate that part of my life, and I don't see it as something that I shouldn't be doing, or necessarily I should be, but I enjoy doing it. So yeah, that's this bracelet. The next one is also an Alex and Ani bracelet, and it's for my sorority. So when I was thinking of this assignment, I was like, culture, um, and my sorority has had a huge impact on that. And I didn't really think about it until I really read through the assignment and everything like that. So the sorority I'm a part of is Tri Delta, and like I decided to go through this process, and I was obviously very nervous, but I did receive a bid from them. And my sorority always reminds me to always help others and always to continue to become a stronger, more independent, and moral woman. And I think through being in the sorority, I've become a stronger woman. And I'm very thankful for that. I think that's one of the best decisions I made in my college career. So, also, Tri Delta has a national philanthropy, which is St. Jude, and we've donated millions and millions of dollars to St. Jude as a national organization, which I think is something really cool to be a part of something bigger than just yourself. I've always enjoyed volunteering, so Tri Delta has given me that opportunity to continue doing my passion of like volunteering for others that may not be um, as fortunate as I am. And it also helps me donate money to St. Jude, which is an amazing organization who they help children and families with who are going through treatments for cancer and other very serious diseases for children, and they don't pay for any bills, and they don't have to pay for where they're living or their food or anything like that. So it really allows me to like go back to that like thing that I have in my life and give back to children and families that really need it. So that's the bracelet. The next thing that I have is this autograph book, and I obviously don't carry this around with me everywhere. But St. Tekla is the grammar school that I went to, and it has had probably one of the most biggest impacts of my life as well. I attended St. Tekla for 9 years of my life, and it's a Catholic private grammar school in Chicago. And I've been a part of this community since I was 4 years old, and I'm still a part of the community as 21 years old. So not only did I attend there for 9 years, but it also is still a part of my life today. My family has been like an avid supporter of the school. We're all parishioners at St. Tekla, and just being a member of St. Tekla reminds me to always, once again, be a loyal person. I'm very loyal, and I think just showing that I'm still a part of a community that I started attending when I was 4 years old really is important. Being philanthropic, because we were always donating money to organizations around our community and outside of our community in the city of Chicago, and also just being a very compassionate person, which also relates to like me becoming a special education teacher, which rooted in my Catholic education, which is also very important to me because going to St. Tekla and Regina, which was my high school, I was able to build such a strong belief in like in my Catholic beliefs, and just getting to learn about like the importance of morality and religion and getting to build upon it for 14 years in a Catholic education was very beneficial, I think, for me as a moral human being. So I'm very happy that I was able to get that chance. The last thing I have is my iPhone, and I feel like this is super impactful for our generation overall. It also gives me the opportunity to not only just it just allows me to like stay in contact with people that I love, and capture memories that I've made with like all my friends and family, which I'm always reminded of on my cell phone, and also reminds me of all the milestones I've made, and just through pictures and everything like that. Just like having like my iPhone is like always on me at all times, and I feel like it's so reflective of my culture because it's something that has become a part of culture in the world, I think, as well, the use of cell phones. And I think it's changed our world for the better and sometimes for the worse, but I think overall they've had a very positive impact on our lives, and I'm very thankful for my iPhone as well. Thanks for listening, and I hope you learn a little more about me.